The following program is for adult audiences only.
Troubles at your door. Come on, let's tell it, time to go. If there's one thing that I know, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. Thunder gonna roll, but the night is where we glow. Everything will come and go. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. Starting now, we're breaking out, but I'm not leaving without you. This could be our one chance. We'll send a postcard when we're through. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. I'll meet you at the starting line. Don't you ever leave my side. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. If it takes all day or night, hand in hand we'll both arrive. Why do I feel so numb? Why do I feel like I do? Can't ever get enough. Every time you leave too soon. Been here before, but nothing like this. I'm so caught up, it's dangerous. I keep thinking about the things we did. We were all alone, dreaming of doing it again. Yeah. Thinking about the way we talk.
It's time for the Mixin and Chillin blog.
Even if they implemented some ridiculous laws, this is something that if somebody truly wants to do this, they can still do it. But it's going to take a lot of effort on the vapors' part to actually learn what it takes to make your own stuff. I don't know what the heck happened to the last hour of my life, but it certainly wasn't streamed on YouTube like I thought it was. Restrictive policies block progress towards smoke-free world. Many people incorrectly think that very little nicotine content cigarettes are less carcinogenic than current cigarettes. This risk misperception by people who smoke could reduce motivation to quit under a nicotine reduction policy.
That's a bit of a problem. Someone who specialises in helping people kick the habit is Dr. Colin Mendelsohn. He joins me now.
Look, vaping is a far less harmful alternative to smoking for adult smokers who just can't quit, and that's actually the majority of them.
The road to quitting smoking is paved with candy. Double chocolate clear from TFA. Published in the Vaping Post, we have long-term study. Vaping increases odds of quitting heavy smoking. This is Kenny Thompson, the Vaping Heed. He's got a YouTube channel. He's been on here a lot longer than I have. I'm not going to stop until this is legal and available for everyone. You know, I cover things from all around the globe, but that's because science has no boundaries.
I mean, you know, the FDA and everything would know that vaping is safer than smoking, but they'll have the pressure off the tobacco companies or the states that are in the MnC and all that. It's just a financial thing, and unfortunately that takes precedence against everything. And
All of the things we went through. You just made my day. Just made my day. You made my day. You made my day.
Grab your juice, grab your vape, it's time to get this party started.
It's time for the Mixin and Chillin blog.
Long-term study.
vaping is safer than smoking.
Smoke-free world. Welcome, everyone. Time for another episode of Mixing and Chilling with Hunky Vape, and I don't know where anybody else is. Vic, Vaping with Bic, said that he was going to stop in because originally Kenny got his hard drive in last week, so he was getting his computer all switched over and set up, and he sent me a message. He's like, you know, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it because Monday's a bank holiday here in England, and, well, I don't have a case big enough to fit this new motherboard. So I'm like, okay, no worries. So I started reaching out to a bunch of different people and whatnot. And like I said, I reached out to Bic and was actually jumped in on a show on Sunday. And he's like, I could probably drop in for an hour after work. And I'm like, okay, no worries. You know, I've done the show before by myself. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But I appreciate you coming on. So then Kenny sent me a message yesterday a beautiful video of his brand new computer setup. It's all working. Apparently, he was able to get a case off of Facebook Marketplace, or his computer guy was. So he got everything all set up, and yesterday he was doing updates and fixing stuff and doing final touches on it. So I'm like, okay, so he is going to be here. No worries. So I sent the Bick a message and told him, you know, you're always welcome on the show. It's the same link that I sent you before. But Kenny's going to be here. But he's not here, so... Well, I don't know what happened to him. I hope the mate's doing okay. You never know nowadays. I mean... We did our little show last week, and we extended it an extra hour because, man, the storms were ridiculous. And we put the webcam out the window, and it was like, there's really nothing going on here. I don't get it. And my wife even yelled at me. She's like, you downplayed that storm. It was way worse than what you made it sound out to be. And I'm like, I just played it based on what I heard and saw looking out the window. So, well, long story short, it actually was pretty bad. And give me a second to throw this up on the screen. This is the number of power outages that we had because of that storm last week that we aired live. 220,000 people in Allegheny County were without power because of that storm. Westmoreland County had 46,000 people. Indiana County had 24,000. It was just a whole bunch of power outages because, well, you know, that was probably the first time that any of these other areas had experienced the same, you know, 60, 80 mile an hour winds that we had. And, well, being that my house is up on top of the hill, I've had winds that were that bad. I've had winds that were worse than that. But, you know, a lot of areas didn't have that kind of severe wind, didn't have a whole weather front move through as bad as that. And this is what we're stuck in now. This is the Omega weather system that we're currently trapped in. But trees down all over the place last week. And actually, it was even worse here on Sunday. Indiana County actually had a tornado. I haven't seen any confirmation of the tornado we supposedly had in Murraysville. But I have seen a bunch of beautiful pictures of the storm that they had in Indiana County. That is a clear indication of the perfect conditions for a tornado. Beautiful inflow clouds and a beautiful supercell. That right there definitely spawned a tornado in Indiana County. Beautiful picture. Holy cow. The timing it took to get that picture, that is a massive supercell. So many people took pictures of it. Now that right there is an indication you better be watching yourself, because you get hit with one of them walking outside, golf ball size hail with these protruding knobbies from the thing freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing as it's being, you know, gyrated through the atmosphere. Oh, somebody can get really hurt with that stuff. That's bad. Awesome pictures, though. And there it was. That is nasty. Then I started looking at other pictures, and then, you know, social media started feeding me all kinds of other storm pictures. It's just, this is in Oakmont. They're getting ready to have the U.S. Open this summer, and they were setting up, you know, the tents and, you know, where the places where they go and they eat and stuff like that. And, well, so much for their setup. They're going to have to completely replace that canopy set, which is, you know, something that you got to deal with in these kind of things when you have adverse weather like that. But it brought back a bunch of memories for me, because back when I first became a paramedic, I actually worked the U.S. Open in Oakmont. That was a fun job. I took a week's vacation from the ambulance service I was working for and went to work for a neighboring ambulance service who was providing medical services for the U.S. Open. And it was pretty cool, man. I spent the whole week, you know, riding around in a golf cart with an EMS bag. I had, you know, half a dozen people that got dehydrated and, you know, were starting to borderline hyperthermic, where, you know, they were just exposed to too much sun, too much heat. But, I mean, that was fantastic. And that's probably the most money I ever made working ambulance. Because, you know, the U.S. Open has contracted rates that they had to pay for the people, for the ambulance service that was there. And I was collecting my vacation salary that week because, you know, I wasn't working at my full-time job normally. Yes, Bick is supposed to be dropping in as well. As soon as he gets done with work, he had a truck to unload and he's on his way home. So he'll be here too. But that is a massive uprooted tree.
Yes, that's my PC.
Bad storms. We definitely had a whole bunch of bad storms. And for our lovely retro vape today, I didn't have a chance to go into the laundry basket because, you know, there's a bunch of stuff on it. But I did pull this lovely thing off the shelf. It's the Iron Fist. And that's been sitting on my shelf with the bulk. So that's going to be our retro vape for today. We're going to take a look at this ancient mod, the Iron Fist. And I think it looks pretty cool paired up with the bulk.
Iron Fist.
Definitely is a fantastic vape. Definitely enjoyable. Really, really happy with that. So what else we got going on? We got a bunch of stuff going on in the news. We have a federal court essentially said that the Illinois laws that they wanted to implement on vaping are null and void, and it got sent back. We have there's just a whole bunch of little stuff, but the whole thing is Mallory was the one that first brought my attention to this because I'm a Star Trek fan, right? I don't have any problem with Star Wars. It wasn't quite realistic enough for me, you know. It was a nice fantasy world, and I enjoyed the movies and whatnot, but I never became a Star Wars fan. My son, on the other hand, he's the opposite. He's all about Star Wars. But anyway, Mallory dropped a bunch of dad jokes, and she's like, "Don't worry, man, I got you covered. May the fourth be with you." And that was over the weekend, and that's when everybody, you know, as a Star Wars fan, gets to, you know, put on all their stuff. So I figured, okay, well, that's going to be the perfect thing for our show today. So I got my beautiful Nerf gun, and we're going to go smoke all these bucketheads that are out there. Not just the, you know, the stormtrooper bucketheads, but all the ants putting out misinformation. And I've been warning you guys over in the UK to be aware that all this propaganda that we see here time and time again is going to affect you in the UK. It's just a matter of time. And, well, I happened to catch a little thing on the morning show in England where they had a pediatric respiratory specialist talking about lung injuries for any youth that chooses to vape, because all those chemicals are not safe for your lungs. All of those chemicals are damaging and hazardous and generally recognized as safe to eat, but not to put into your lungs, because all your lungs ever are allowed to have in his book is clean air. That's all you're allowed. Oh, guess who's here? Guess who's here? I might have to switch this setup. Let's give this thing a try. Is he on the TV? Or am I going to have to go in the studio mode and switch him? Because he's supposed to be guest number 2, not guest number 1. Didn't work. Aww. So I'm going to switch us over to a scene that I originally had for all of us. Hey! Let me unmute you. There you go.
Hey, how you guys?
How you doing there, buddy?
It just came out of work. Look, still my work clothes.
Yeah.
I work with the UL cap on. I gotta represent vaping.
Nice.
It seems a bit laggy on my end. There's like a little delay now. But hope the audience doesn't see that.
That's okay. It'll be fine. I need to switch over and figure out how to put you on the TV.
I want to be in the telly.
When Kenny sent me the video yesterday of his computer all up and running, I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll set you up as, guest number 2. And I set him up as guest number 1 because, he's going to be here for the whole thing. You were going to be leaving after an hour. And, okay, piece of cake. But it doesn't work if, last minute things change. So,
yeah.
You learn to wing it and deal with the things as they happen. So how you doing today, mate? What's up? How's work?
Yeah, I just finished work, and after around, I did my 30-minute break time, so I had dinner during work, so I could just hop on over immediately here without first having to need for dinner. Hey, there's 2 of me now. I'm taking over the show.
How you like me now?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing great, 3,400 subscribers and nominated by the Vape Around Global Award. So yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I don't know what rank I will be, but I already feel honored by just being nominated. It's just a big step for humankind.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'll be out for like maybe an hour or so. Damn, he's multiplying. I'm taking over the interwide web. Hey,
there you go.
You copied me to Kenny's spot and then put me in the telly, right? That's what you did.
Yeah, that's the one thing about having it set up in OBS is you have to have everything set up ahead of time. And, I can have multiple guests, and I've got scenes that are set up for it, but you have to set up who's guest 1, who's guest 2, and who's guest 3. So now you can zap Kenny, and that's not Kenny.
You can spin Kenny, and it's not Kenny. Spin me.
Exactly.
Spin Kenny, and you'll spin big. It's like a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
I like to tell you
learn
more.
to wing
The previous time I was on the show, I was below you under your desk.
Yeah. You can still do that. You're still taking over the show.
When I do like this, nobody wants to know what's happening under the desk. What's he doing there?
That's what I had to do for this review of this disposables. I had to shut all the lights off in order for you to be able to see the beautiful racing stripes on here.
What's that, a Fozol?
This is the OXBAR Astro Maze. And,
the Astro Maze, yeah.
Yeah, they said, remember we talked about on Sunday that they said it's 50,000 puffs. I'm like, come on, how they do 50,000 puffs? I said I was going to tear the tank apart.
In my opinion, you should not watch at the amount of puffs that they state, because that's just a calculation on the amount of liquid is inside. So the interesting statistic is how much ml does it have?
So I actually did a measurement of it. I went and grabbed some VG and PG and made a 50-50 solution, since I'm assuming that's the ratio that they use inside of there. I tore apart the NIC switch and yanked it apart, and it has 2 separate tanks, one for the nicotine and one for your e-liquid. So this tank, I'd use a syringe and filled it up. It takes 16 milliliters of e-liquid for the NIC switch. This one, 23 milliliters of e-liquid. A 70% lower amount in this one completely matches with the e-liquid. This is 23 milliliters. 70% of 23 is 16 milliliters, which is exactly what's in the NIC switch. So they're not lying. You can argue about whether the NIC switch actually gets 35,000 puffs on, regular low mode, and whether you can get 50,000 puffs on the lowest setting on, this Astro bar, but the math adds up. They're not bullshitting us. 23 mils on a coil that they sit there is actually a double coil. It's a mesh coil, and they alternate between which one is firing to maximize the life of it and to minimize cotton burn. So they weren't lying. It actually is capable of doing the 50,000 if you agree that the other one could do 35,000.
Yeah.
Or if you fire both of those coils at the same time all the time in boost mode, well, then guess what? You're not going to get 50. You'll be lucky to get half that because it's producing twice as much vapor.
Though. You have to take little puffs, though.
Yes.
If you take long, if you start blinking the shit out of them, you won't get that many puffs.
If you vape like my wife does, where you actually see plumes of vapor being exhaled after she takes a puff of this, that's not possible to get 50,000 of those.
And she puffs it in boost mode, apparently, I think, then.
Like, I normally take a puff of this because this is 5% solution, 50 milligram. So I legit take a puff. I don't take a drag on it. My wife takes drags on her disposables.
Well, she likes to suck it, I guess.
Yes. She does. It only took me 2 divorces before I came to find a woman that actually,
likes to suck up
fantastic.
things.
Fantastic life. Happy wife, happy life.
That's the way to go, yeah.
We must be doing something right. We've been married. We've been together for over 10 years now.
Yeah. As long as she's a keeper, she's a keeper. You better
save the best for last.
Yeah.
So what are you vaping on there?
This one. This is the Dead Rabbit Joker edition there. I'm going full screen. On a S-Modus minigun there. I can switch cameras if you prefer that, but you're gonna see my mess. Just came out of work.
Yeah, mine's the same way, dude.
This is the first thing I grabbed when I got home, though. But yeah, I took this one to work. That's an Odin V2 normal chip with Blaze Pro Max Ultra Plus something by Thundercloud.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I've been taking my side-by-side pod there to work there. It's a really nice side-by-side with a single 8650 you can use. And the Pure Max Q, also never leaves my side.
Very nice.
But yeah, I got more standing on my table. Of course, I got the Republic. Get some Rebel Bogan Muscular Dawn in there with the Asgard XL. Sorry for the mess, people. These are things that I don't take to to work, though. This is a Moon Customs. It's a 650 euro mod or dollar with a Mission XV Astria inside. And here I got my disposable ballistic gear. I really love this mechanical. It's my favorite, and it's like ribbed for pleasure.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Yeah, and here I got some cheesecake speculoos inside of the Violator RTA on Odin V2 with the DNA chip. Really nice. Customized with a nice logo. Does anybody recognize that logo?
Yeah, that's your logo. Yeah. I got the wrong one on the screen.
And the Frankenskull Max Conqueror here with a Hussar V2 RDA with some mix of gargoyle in there. Some nice liquid. Yeah. Of course, the Modelski with unknown Mitch RBA inside with a P-tank. Crackles nicely. That's about it. What are you vaping on, Hunky?
Oh, well.
Yeah, come on, you show off.
So here I have the actual tank comparisons and how the layout is, and I thought it was pretty interesting. They use completely different batteries. in these things. So the Astro Maze actually has a 900 milliamp hour battery that's attached to the tank this way, whereas the Nick switch has the battery in the bottom of the disposable, you know, sitting this way.
Because that's the only place to put it there, because they have to...
Yeah, and you've got, you know, a circuit board here on the bottom for your actual switch, and then you got a circuit board that comes across the face of this, and that's why they have this odd shape to it, because the circuit board lays here for your actual display panel. Whereas on this one,
because they
it's
need
actually...
to stack the coils to give you the Nick switch idea, right?
Yeah. So the other one on this one is you've got a circuit board that's actually here, and you've got it actually bends, it curves. So you have your actual display on the front, and then you have your display for the actual light up bar. So that's really cool. But I'm still...
Did you took it apart on camera?
Yes. I took it apart on camera. It is a royal pain to edit it because it was not easy to take apart. This one, you put a channel locks on here and you squeeze it, and then these things separate on the side and it comes apart pretty easy. This one, my goodness, getting the thing to separate was not that bad of an issue with the channel locks, but getting this tank to come out of here, because you can't remove the drip tip. Once that's press fit into here, it actually helps retain this whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So I spent a good 10 minutes with a big, massive screwdriver
whacking that thing out.
and the channel locks, and I ended up using my side cutters to actually cut this tank to get to this top piece so I could get the screwdriver in there to pry it out. It was horrible.
Well put
Definitely
together,
not easy to recycle this one. This one, you know, I'm going to do a video on recycling these disposables. This one is definitely go ahead and recycle it. This one, you got to be really careful because the battery extends the whole length of this right at the point where you'd be squeezing it to separate it.
Ooh, danger.
But as for what I'm vaping, I'm still rocking this clutch. Finally got my hands on this clutch.
Look, I got the signature tips one with the skull on there.
It is fantastic, man.
It's perfect.
I can totally get into mech mods now that I've experienced something that is that good.
Yeah, with the silver contacts, it really hits hard, right?
Yes. The silver contacts make a massive difference. Because the other one I got, it just like, it hits like a sissy. And, you know, every time you hit it, the battery gets weaker and weaker. And that resistance in the contact, it just adds up. It's just not a pleasurable experience.
Yeah, I go quite low on some of my mechs because I got the P50 Modi cells.
Yep. And I'm still rocking this all-in-one. It's fantastic. And it actually came with a battery. I thought that was really cool. First time I've, you know, ordered something that has a removable battery that comes with a battery. K-Dest. 3,600 milliamp hour, 40 amp capacity.
Only the DNA version come with a battery, yeah.
And the DNA version is fantastic because it's got replay mode.
Yeah.
For replay mode to work properly, you have to install the coils at room temperature. And so it can take a measurement of that resistance. And then the first time you fire it, it recognizes enough of a change in the resistance for it to be able to do a replay. Fantastic.
You're hitting that at 50 watts. That's fully open, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to show another Mac that I'm using. Almost forgot to show this one. This is by Infinite Mods over in Mexico. Full brass with skulls. Ain't that cool?
Very nice.
Just did a review on it though. So if you want to see more, check out my channel. Shouting out myself.
Please do. And then I decided to switch up the mods that this was on. I had it on the Jackaroo, but I got so tired of it. You know, I put the 21700 battery in here. It's only a single battery mod. This thing would last like 4 hours, then I'd have to be swapping batteries out 2 or 3 times a day and then swap it out again at bedtime. So I finally decided to take the Blaze Max and throw it onto the Centaurus Quest.
Does it fit?
Dual 18650.
Does it fit on there? Barely. It's overhang city, man.
Yeah, it's kind of overhangs just a millimeter on either side, and then the glass bubbles out another millimeter, but at least I don't have to change the batteries. I can have a set of batteries last me a whole day.
Don't knock it over.
Yes.
Hey, get an Odin. It's a dual 21700. Will last even longer.
I had an Odin, and I dropped the thing the one time, and the entire battery structure is made of plastic. So even though the mod is aluminum, the actual retention and the spring retention system for the batteries is all plastic. And mine was 3 years old and broke. I was digging around in my drawer for a cock ring to throw on top of the Blaze Max. I've got a silicone.
Because if you knock it over, you're gonna have Glass City.
So now it's just gonna sit here on my desk, and I've got the mouse mat, so it absorbs whatever it gets fallen. Yeah. So it'll be all right.
Sorry guys, it's another beer day for me, so I'm drinking water.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, that's what primarily I've been vaping on. And then obviously, I still got the ones that I'm still reviewing. We got the Torin Vortex 30, 30 millimeter.
Why did you put it on?
A Schmock G-Priv 3. I need to get my Steam Crave big massive 4 battery jobber down and put this on.
And the Vortex actually fits quite nice on the topside dual. This is also a Vortex.
Vortex 30, yeah.
Yeah, it fits perfectly on there, and it really performs well as a squonker.
They definitely nailed the airflow with that honeycomb pattern on the side there, and then channeling it inside of the top cap down to the coils.
Yeah, the vertical
unbelievable
slots at the rim. Yeah, it's great. I like it.
And then here we have another Thunderhead Creations. This is the Torin Max.
Yeah, I don't have that one. That's the one with the clamp system you showed Sunday.
Yeah, the clamp system. Single retention screw on either side that clamps down on your coils.
Thunderhead Creations is coming out with a new RTA. They showed me in Paris when I was at the expo. So then you have like an arch like this, and you put your coils underneath. So that's to counteract the spit back. It was quite good though. I had a couple of toots of it. It was nice with some lychee.
I saw Hell Vape is coming out with a mini.
Yeah,
dripper.
It's coming. I'm getting it as soon as it is available in France.
They haven't gotten a hold of me, and none of the shops around here carry drippers anymore. Yeah. So I'd have to order it from Element. Even the Mafia doesn't carry, rebuildable stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's just disposables and pods.
Yep. Because, if the FDA sends them a letter or something, they got to be careful on how much inventory they have that they can get busted with or fined for.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Sad set of affairs. And the propaganda just will not stop. There's so much propaganda out there. And for me to actually see it on a British morning show, that's scary.
Oh, yeah,
they're legit lying to the public.
Ooh. The being fun. You can actually see the liquid at the coils.
That's awesome.
No sponge, yeah. So this is a collaboration between Aspire and OMTech. They did a disposable together, and it's called Being Fun.
Very nice. The only thing that I had that's close to that is this OXBAR Elite, whereas a separate pod
right?
that you fill up yourself.
Yeah.
Only problem is that one leaks. If you don't use it, you just leave it sitting on your desk. After 2 weeks, it starts leaking.
It's got his swimming diploma, the device. It's got...
I got 2 of them here. Both of them got soaked because both of the pods leaked out of it after 2 weeks.
And they died.
No, they're still good.
Oh.
I sprayed it with alcohol with the like contact cleaner, and they still work. But it's like, why am I going to waste e-liquid in something that it's just a mouth to lung experience? And I'm normally not a mouth to lung person. You know me. I like my big cloud chucking tanks.
Yeah,
Low milligram.
Same here. Same here. Big clouds. It's nice to have a pod system in the pocket when I'm outside of the truck, you know, and I can grab something and get the quick fix with some higher nicotine, yeah.
And the flavor on these disposables is so fantastic. It's like, as a DIYer, I'm like, how do they get that flavor that strong? Because like on strawberry, this is just a simple strawberry, but the strawberry is so pungent and fragrant. It's like, it's more intense than if you bit into a strawberry.
Double concentrated, at least.
Yeah, and then the thing is, like, how do I make that as a DIYer? I'm like, I've tried, you know, you can take certain ones like strawberry ripe and sweet strawberry and put them together to intensify the strawberry, but it's still not as strong as it is in a disposable.
Yeah,
drives me nuts.
Put more aroma in. Did you try to higher percentages of aroma?
Yes, I tried increasing the percentages like 10% each to get the total percentage up to like 20%, just using those 2 strawberries because they play well together, and it gets artificial and chemically. So they're using a different chemical formulation of strawberry than what I have available.
It's probably because they use Nick salt.
I have Nick salt, and I never tried mixing it like that. That's a good point. Because, you know, freebase is going to give it a peppery taste and is going to augment that flavor profile. So putting a salt-based solution in there, that definitely is something. You know what else I might need to do is I might need to add some like citric acid to it to change the pH of the e-liquid.
Some cyanide.
No, citric acid is something that, you know, they sell as a flavor enhancer by itself in citric acid and PG. I think it's called Sour. From Liquid Barn. But if you do that, then you can intensify the fruit flavors, and it obviously it's not going to work if you have a cream, because cream and citric acid, you're going to end up with cheese.
Oh.
But anyway, so that's what's going on over here. I guess it's time for us to get into the news. You up for it?
Yeah, well, do I have a choice?
Yeah, we can do other stuff. We don't have to stick to a specific format. But I mean, we got to keep abreast of what's going on around us.
It's not a Hunky Vape stream without some rage sweat. Yeah.
That is definitely the truth, unfortunately. And here we go. Time for a little bit of news here.
Little question first. How do I pop up the chat? I can't see the chat really, only underneath in the screen.
Hold on a second. I'm going to send you the combined chat.
Send me on Facebook.
I'll do it right inside of Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
You sent me a
also
message.
Yeah. Where's the chat?
There you go. Click on that link and you'll get a nice pop-up chat that'll have combined chat from from all the platforms. Rumble, Twitter's not working. I don't know. Their chat hasn't been working like 2-3 weeks now. But you'll get the combined chat from YouTube and Rumble and Twitch. So anyway, I wanted to ask everybody that's out there to, if you're on Twitter, to join this brand new organization. This is Vets for Tobacco Harm Reduction. Veteran Voices, Safer Choices. Vets for Tobacco Harm Reduction, it's on its way. They're building their website, but they do have a Twitter page loaded up and set up. Veteran-led coalition working to reduce smoking-related death and disease. We advocate for safer nicotine alternatives and urge the VA to modernize its guidance and adopt vaping as a tool for people to quit smoking. The science is out there. It's time for them to move forward and incorporate that into their smoking cessation programs that they have at the VA. Pills, patches, and gums. People have already tried them. They've been down that road. They had the same, success that we had, which was no success. And so now we got a new organization standing up for the vets out there, trying to get the VA to modernize. So if you're on Twitter, follow this organization and let them build up a nice subscriber base so they actually have a little weight behind them from, all their followers. And we do have some good news.
Yay!
If I can
like good news.
copy it. Federal court is blocked the Iowa vaping law in this lawsuit against the state. Commercial, obligatory commercial, of course. No, don't send me notifications. However, the federal court has sided with the e-cigarette manufacturers and the Retailers Association, saying that the Iowa vaping law is illegal. Federal judge blocked the Iowa law restricting e-cigarette sales, ruling that it conflicts with federal authority. The FDA has the ultimate authority on whether products are allowed for marketing in the United States, and the state can't just simply ban it because it feels like it. It goes against the federal statutes that are already in place to regulate this thing. Despite House Bill 2677 being signed into law last year, it is null and void. So one of the 23 states that actually implemented the vape registry bill has now been told to go pound salt. They can't ban it. And last week, Kenny brought up the fact that there's a new prime minister in Canada. Mark Carney is the liberal leader now. He's out to prove that he's actually a centrist and not a liberal. So he supposedly is supposed to be ending a lot of these Trudeau-era policies, like capital gains tax and consumer carbon tax and the misinformation in the war on tobacco harm reduction and vaping products, nicotine pouches and such. So we'll see if he appoints a health minister that is actually going to support nicotine pouches and vaping. Get back to their standards that they used to have.
Butter Squad says he's in the waiting room. How
Buddha
did you
Squad.
get in there? did you send him a link?
No, he doesn't have a link because we don't have a waiting room. This isn't StreamYard. We'll get you on the show one of these days. Yeah, so that's the big problem right now is we don't know where this guy stands. Is he going to support harm reduction? He's going to keep marching into driving harm reduction into the ground, or we just don't know yet. But he definitely should embrace harm reduction, follow the science, and let smokers have safer alternatives.
Yeah, Butter Squad is serving drinks in the waiting room.
Yeah, we'll hook up. I'll send you a message and we'll get you on the show. I gotta set up a link inside of OBS to put you in it.
Good evening. Tonight, a new proposal by Governor Gretchen Whitmer could send some store owners' profit margins up in smoke. Thanks for joining us on News Channel 3 at 5. I'm Andy Dominiani.
And I'm Jessica Harthorn. This proposal specifically centers around tax rates on vapes, e-cigarettes, and other tobacco products. And some local shop owners tell us their
last name is that?
What's that?
Her last name was Harthorn. The hell? She's blessed with that last name.
Yeah.
worried that this will impact business.
I really do think that this is going to be something that's detrimental not just for business, but also for the youth.
The tax rate would be set at 32% of the wholesale price, and businesses say that could push would-be customers away. Tonight, News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher is live in Kalamazoo. And Autumn, a lot of local shops are pushing back against this idea.
Yes, keep in mind this still needs to be signed into law, but the governor says this proposal will improve public health. She says that way too many teens are vaping these days, but local vape shop owners I spoke to today feel like it's stealing the freedom away from Michiganders.
Good afternoon, Otters Oasis. How can I help you?
Justin Fleeson, the owner of Otter's Oasis Smoke and Vape Shop in Kalamazoo, is worried about losing his valuable customers.
Did you say you wanted a bag?
Please. This following the governor's proposal to tax vape products here in Michigan.
Someone that comes in every single day, you know, it's a 5-minute friend, yes, but they're probably not going to come in. They're just going to go online, and you lose that interaction, you lose that business.
Vape and non-tobacco nicotine products would be subject to a tax rate of 32% of the wholesale price. And it has more than just small business owners concerned. Longtime vape customer Kat Brumfield says she won't be able to afford some of her go-to products.
I think it's really unfair to be taxing us even further on it, and I'm going to have to cut back. I know that sounds like a really bad habit that could be kicked, but unfortunately it's my personal guilty pleasure, and it makes the days go by a lot easier.
But Whitmer says she's making the proposal to improve public health, adding addiction can form at a young age. The governor says almost 14% of high schoolers use.
Bullshit. 14% of high schoolers have tried a vape. They are not frequent users. They're not daily users. Drives me nuts. They do the same thing over there in your country.
Oh, yeah. Vaping has gone to shit in the Netherlands, for sure.
All right, we're going to have to do a little switcheroo here because we've got somebody else in the waiting room. It's not Buddha Squad.
It's not Buddha Squad. No, he's serving the drinks, so he's soaked.
So I need to switch. Guess who's here? All right.
Hey, I took over the news now. There we go.
There you go. Now we're all here.
Hi, I'm just sort me sound. I'm nearly there.
No worries, dude.
Oh,
Darren D, hello and welcome. Rated TV MA Louie, hello and welcome. Brian Ferguson, hello and welcome.
Shut door.
Come on, Beagle. Out, out, come on. Out.
Everybody's discombobulated today.
Oh, right. Oh, dear me. First day at my new job, man. It's been hectic. Hectic, isn't? Oh, there's no organisation, man. Dear me. Whew. You're in the middle of a job and they like ring you up. Where are you? Where are you? Going to the job. And whoa, calm down. I'm not doing another job. Nope. So I'm just literally getting in. I've never had time to go to the shop or anything. I've only got one can of beer, which I'm drinking now because I'm absolutely boiling.
No worries.
Look at it. I've caught the sun. I'm red raw. I'm like a baboon's arse. Look at me face. Jesus.
You're okay.
I'm hot. Well, that's it. It's just been driving. I'm still buzzing over me upgraded. I love it. I love it.
So is it pretty fast now? What did you upgrade on your PC?
You know what it is? I can never ever dish you about all your lights now because this thing's like fucking Blackpool Illuminations down here. This thing now.
I was just making fun of it. I told my wife the same thing. I'm like, he's always making fun of me for having RGB lighting on my computer. Now he's got one. He had no choice. Bought it on Facebook Marketplace, and it lights up like a Christmas tree.
Sure it does. I'm like, whoa.
Bick asked you, what did you upgrade on your computer?
Me motherboard and me hard drive. Motherboard's now an X570. Is it 570? Yeah, one of them. And I had to get a 2 terabyte hard drive because I just had no storage. But now I've got I've got about 4 terabytes altogether now to play with, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I need to plug in an extra solid state drive as well.
I can't hear, Big. What's going on?
You can't hear me?
I hear you, but I can't hear Bick.
You can't hear Bick?
That's probably why I missed his question.
Huh. But Hunky hears me.
Yeah.
Bick is...
Well, I guess I'm going to have to relay because I really have no idea why you don't hear him.
I'm not getting him at all. I can see him. Can't hear him.
I know the audience can hear him. I see it in OBS is working fine, but you can't hear him.
Yeah, hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Now, could that be a good thing or a bad thing? Could that be a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Yeah, I think everything seems to be okay.
All right, I want to blink it out for everybody. Hold on a second. I'm going to refresh my page.
Oh, can you hear me now? You still don't hear me.
Can you hear each other now?
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello.
No.
No, I need to. Maybe I need to refresh my page. I'll refresh my page. Give it
What's that?
I don't know. It worked the last time he was here. You all heard each other?
I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Can he hear me? Can he?
I can hear you. He still doesn't hear me?
Yes.
Does he hear me?
Everything's pointing in the right direction. Everything's there.
No, they don't hear each other.
Vaping, stick out your tongue if you hear me.
Oh, we'll just have to lip read or something. I don't know.
I don't know. You're not muted, so I really don't understand what's going on.
That makes sense, Kenny.
No, I don't want that yet. You can piss off. Don't want that.
Anyway, it's probably on my end because this computer's hosting everything for the video feed. And you guys don't hear each other because in order for you to hear each other, it would have to be enabled in OBS.
Or Video
And then
Ninja,
you'll
maybe.
end up creating a loop. You create a video loop or audio loop. Anyway, let's get back to the news.
Use vapes, and 90% of smokers start before they're 18.
If we don't act smart on vapes, we risk our children's health and futures.
32 other states across the country already have similar taxes on their vape products. And Whitmer says it would be similar to how Michigan already taxes its tobacco products. But Gleason is worried the tax could encourage unsafe purchasing habits.
I feel like you're going to push people towards, I hate to say it, but a black market to where people don't have to pay the sales tax on it. You're just going to find people choose to purchase elsewhere that's not in Michigan market.
The state estimates a full year of this tax could generate $57 million. This revenue, in turn, would go back towards things like smoking and cancer prevention. Now, again, this has not been signed into law, but if it is signed into law, it could go into effect as early as next year. Live in Kalamazoo, Autumn Pitcher, News Channel 3.
Autumn, thanks so much. Well, there's a new...
What do you think? 32% tax.
Dum, 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 dum. That was quite appropriate, wasn't it? 32%. Ooh. Ouch.
32% tax.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's not the 40% tax that Pennsylvania has, but for people that aren't used to paying that, that's going to be a nice price increase.
Oh, look at me getting the blame for all this. William Dobson, Kenny's pressed a button again. Mallory Gates, Kenny had selective hearing, you know, old age and all. William Dobson, this is what you get. William Dobson this is what you get when a Newcastle supporter comes in late. Not guilty this time. Trust us. Holy.
I've checked all the settings on my end. There's not much I can do.
Oh, it is what it is, mate, and it's just simple as that.
Yeah, the room settings have it so you guys can hear each other, but you can't. So I just have to deal with it.
Weird.
Happy Hippie, hello and welcome. Malice Black Dagger, hello and welcome. Next up, we have Clay County Commissioner.
Oh, pardon me.
Clay County Commission. Clay County Commission bans all electronic vaping devices.
What? Oh, no, not another ban.
Why?
Clay County Commission has voted to ban the sale of all electronic vaping devices licensed in the county.
KVRR's Juliana Playaz has more, including reaction to the decision.
What originally started as a discussion to ban flavored vaping in the county turned into discussions of how vaping has affected students and to expand the ban to vapes as a whole.
We're hearing that these are not desirable items to have out there. The requirement that they be at least 21 at the point of marketing, you talk to anybody in the school, kids are getting flavored vapes and they're getting flavored nicotine pouches somewhere.
An annual study by the FDA shows that 1.21 million high school students and 410,000 middle school students across the nation reported using e-cigarettes. Although federal law has prohibited the sale and distribution of these devices to anyone under the age of 21.
These are legal products, and unfortunately, if we don't have adults who can legally purchase these items, stepping up to not provide to underage children, we're not going to see a difference, unfortunately.
The initial ban was passed in December, banning flavored tobacco, but was never set into effect. The commissioners had proposed for the motion to put together all vaping devices be banned.
Ending the sale of all vaping products makes things easier for the kids to make the healthy choice, and it will help our convenience stores as well, because they don't have to go through the different flavors and try to decide, is this a flavored product or is it not? It will be much easier to just say, we don't sell vaping products, period.
The measure was passed 4-1. Juliana Playas, KBRR, Local News.
What the
Crazy.
What the fuck? Oh, it's just easier to ban everything. No. Yeah, it'll just boost the black market. That's they'll be happy, making a lot of dollars.
We heard it was bad for you.
That's crazy, man.
How about this one? Patrick talked about this one Friday night on his show. Oregon bill would limit the sale of flavored tobacco and nicotine products to liquor stores. So you can go anywhere to buy a pack of cigarettes, but my God, if you want something that's not going to kill you, you only have to go to a liquor store to buy it.
Holy shit, man.
Maybe buy some booze while you're at it.
Whatever next. Whatever next, that's all I'm going to say. Whatever next.
I mean, if the choice is, do they ban it altogether or do they force you to go to a liquor store to get it? I'm going to say go to the liquor store, but I think it's a stupid idea. It should be sold everywhere the cigarettes are. The whole point of these products is to get people to quit smoking.
Exactly. It's just same old shit, isn't it?
Why nobody looks at Sweden?
I don't understand them. I just can't get my head around it.
In Sweden, all the vapor products are lying in front of the cigarettes. You'll see
today.
vapor products or nicotine pouches first before you even see cigarettes.
A vape? Oh, well, that's worse than smoking in my eyes. I went, don't even go there. Don't even go there with me with that. Don't even
I'm sorry, Kenny, but
touch
you're
that
gonna have to look at him and make sure he's not talking. You have to lip read him.
Sorry.
I think I know what the problem is. Remember how like 3 weeks ago I enabled Pro Audio? Well, when I enabled Pro Audio, that disabled you guys being able to hear each other because I don't even have a setting to turn on to let you guys hear each other.
I can hear him perfectly. It's just he's not hearing me.
Oh, you hear him, he just doesn't hear you.
You see what I'm going to deal with, Vic. You see what I'm going to deal with. The man striving for perfection.
Every week in and out.
My OCD.
No, big style. That's odd. Really odd.
All right.
3 stops and 4 suspects wearing ski masks and gloves, according to police. These are the locations that they hit, according to police. On Charlotte Pike, we're told the suspects attempted to get in, but alarms went off and they left. They also made a stop on Buena Vista Pike. It's unclear if any items were taken from that shop. But on Whitebridge Pike, take a look at the damage. We're told 2 large rocks were thrown at the front window, and it is reported that some vapes and vape juices were taken. Police say the suspects were in a white Dodge pickup that is believed to be stolen. We'll be following this string as the investigation plays out this morning. Remember, News 2 brings you breaking news around the clock at WKRN.com.
Nuts.
Bollocks.
Hey, Kenny, can you refresh your Ninja page?
I'll try.
Because Bick said that he could hear you after he refreshed his.
I was hearing him the whole time, though.
Oh. Yeah, because normally I see his his microphone input and his speaker input as what he has selected, and it's just not showing it.
Can you hear
There you
me?
go. That's refreshed.
Can you hear me now, Kenny?
No. Oh, no. No.
You didn't hear him.
You don't hear me. Sweet.
No. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Say something.
Hello?
Say something.
Say something.
Oh, hello. Hello?
Say something.
Hello?
Say something.
Oh, hello? Hello?
Say something.
Hello? Hello?
Say something.
I hear myself double.
Mute him. Try again.
Hello? Hello?
Try again.
Wait. Hello?
Hello?
Try again.
Wait.
Are you recording me now and then play it? Are you recording me now and then play it? It's all messed
Kenny,
up
you
now.
bollocks the whole thing.
You broke the system. Maybe he should downgrade his PC again and it will work.
And now we don't hear him because I muted up.
The lunatics have taken over the asylum. We're all, hello.
How about when I talk? Hey, it's working.
What, is he hearing me?
You hear him?
I've always heard you.
Kenny, can you hear me now?
You still don't hear Vic?
No.
3 hours later.
6.5 hours later. I do believe I have that as a sound effect.
He looks like he's just escaped from somewhere where he's waving about and going, hello.
Hello.
He escaped from the asylum. I can hear you. I can hear all your effects. I can hear all your video as normal. But I just don't hear Vic. I can see him, everything, but I just don't hear him. Hear all the effects. Everything.
Maybe it's for the better, Kenny. Maybe it's for the better you don't hear me.
I hear all of that stuff, but I just do not hear me matey. Over the pond.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Filthy motherfucker.
Oh, you hit that. You filthy motherfucker. Language.
Okay. Next. Shreveport police make arrest during a vape store investigation.
Lay down to there.
Free Ride Vapor, hello and welcome.
Hi, Free Rider. Hi.
Over the last several weeks, Shreveport Police Department's Vice Unit has been investigating complaints of youth with vape products and other harmful substances. Now, they have made progress with cracking down on multiple vape store locations. Shreveport Police have arrested this man, Youssef, and charged him with distribution of narcotics and possession of controlled dangerous substances while in possession of firearms. If you or someone you know has information regarding illegal drug activity, please contact the Shreveport Police Department at 318-673-7300.
He looks very happy in that photo.
It's all going pear-shaped, mate.
Well, they're selling it to the kids, so they got to bust the guys that are selling it to the kids.
Yeah.
Sean Lynch, hello and welcome. Here you go. This is the ultimate crux. This is the epitome of the bad news for this week. Vape mistaken for gun at Kentucky school, police say.
Fuck off, really? You know why, don't you? You know why it's been mistaken for a gun? They brought one of these. They went.
You have the mag.
That's why they're mistaken for a gun. They'll be like, he's dropping a mag. He's going to load up. He's going to fire. Shoot the motherfucker.
Shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. We're protecting the youth.
Begin with some breaking news this afternoon out of Jessamine County, where police say they responded to a potential emergency at East Jessamine Middle School earlier this afternoon after a student was initially reported to have a gun, but it was later found to be a false alarm.
That's where we find WKYT's Maggie Rickerby gathering the facts. She's been there this afternoon tracking the latest details. Maggie, what can you tell us?
Nicholasville Police Department says that they responded to what they thought was an active shooter threat Monday afternoon. Later, they came to find out that a student saw another student's vape and thought it was a firearm. Police say there was no firearm recovered, and there were
what kind of mod was it? I want to know what kind of mod it was.
Students were released early from East Jessamine Middle School and nearby Red Oak Elementary. Frantic parents rushed to pick up their kids after police posted on social media about an emergency at East Jessamine. Police say there is no threat to the public at this time.
We're confident that we've gotten to the bottom of the matter. There's no criminal activity detected at this time. Again, the school is entirely safe. There's no reported injuries.
Police say their response time was 0 due to a student resource officer on campus at the time of the call. And a Jessamine County spokesperson has told us that they've been advised to continue as regularly scheduled for this afternoon. For now, live in Jessamine County.
Their police response time was 0 because there was already somebody there.
What? Anyway.
News just in. According to Alex, Vic, and Kenny are pros at sign language. Now back to your regularly scheduled content of Mixin and Chillin.
Where's he gone? I've lost him. Where's he gone? We've lost him.
I'm here.
Legend. Oh, I love that. A gun. I mean, I've seen it all now. I've seen it all. I've seen the whole lot.
News just in. According to Hunky Vape, Vape is not covered by the fake news. Now back to your regularly scheduled content of Mixin and Chillin.
I love it.
Back again.
I love it. Oh,
4 South Georgia men arrested for underage vape sales. So these are the punks that are supplying all the vapes to the kids. About time they got them.
God almighty, man.
Hey, at least the commercials are quiet. Don't know how I managed that.
Oh, man, no. Work.
County now, Nuance our newsroom. 4 people
Give it a sec.
on the screen have been arrested for selling vapes.
Hello. What are you doing? Sleep burn for 5 a.m. Not a problem.
All right, we'll mute him and continue.
Covering Tiff County now, Nuance our newsroom. 4 people currently on your screen have been arrested for selling vapes to people underage. That's according to the Tiff County Sheriff's Office. Officials say investigators conducted underage vape buys at numerous stores, including Tobacco and Vapor Depot, located at 1909 U.S. Highway 82 West, Tifton Tobacco and Vapor, which is located at 1878 U.S. Highway 82 West, 101 Smoke Shop, located at 1605 U.S. Highway 82 West, and 501 South Central Avenue. All 4 were taken to the Tiff County Jail.
You believe it? They're all in jail.
I don't know. The guy on the right bottom. You see the guy on the right bottom? He's on some ecstasy or something. Look at those eyes, man. Don't know what he used, but he's got to share that stuff.
I did not inhale.
He tried to put nicotine in his eyes or something.
Something? He did something. I don't know what he did.
They must run out of meth. Yeah.
All right. What else we got here?
For usual crackheads.
Dublin City debates vaping ordinance amid shop surge. What? You don't like the fact that there's a whole bunch of new vape shops? Well, in 2 weeks, they'll vote on the proposed ordinance 2503, which would ban new vape stores within city limits. Over the past year, we've seen a large number of vape shops pop up in town, City Manager Josh Powell said at the council meeting. At K's Electric Vapor in Dublin, owner Sonia Cully said, most of her customers are former cigarette smokers just like her. The alternative is definitely better because I can breathe better. I can't cough. I don't cough. I have more energy. So my health has definitely gotten better, and so has it for many other customers that we have. She said she's proud to be the first vape shop in the middle of Georgia, opening in 2012. However, today she agrees with Dublin staff and said that there are too many vape shops open. What? So you want the city to jump in and make sure that you have exclusive rights to sell your products in the town? It's hurting the people that have been here for a long time. People that are from here. This is their business. And then just all these stores are opening, selling all kind of stuff that's not legal to be sold. So you're telling me that your store is the only one that is able to survive on just 34 FDA authorized products? Which, by the way, the Enjoy Ace, these pods are no longer allowed to be imported in the United States because of a patent infringement case situation. So,
oh, man, come on.
We're down to like 3 products that you can buy that are FDA authorized for marketing.
Jesus. My apologies, guys.
One is going out of business. One is so junky that you can't find it anywhere because nobody wants to buy it because it's nothing but Spitback City. So all you're left with is the Views Vibe and the Views Cicero. That's it. That's all you're going to be allowed to buy. So she's telling me that K's Electric Vapor is able to survive with just 2 products that have FDA marketing authorization?
Very much doubt that. That's not going to happen, is it? Fucking hell, man.
So she's preventing new vape shops opening for what?
For fucking no reason whatsoever. It's a load of shit. Absolute bollocks. Oh, I'm just getting my work details for tomorrow because they're totally unorganized. They're useless.
So we do have some more good news. Ready? North Dakota Attorney General budget will move forward without the vape registry bill included. So North Dakota will be able to sell vapes as long as, you know, the feds don't crack down on them. But no registry bill in North Dakota.
That's awesome.
Didn't Trump promise to save
the state that somebody can now go to buy the vape gear if their state's banning it all?
Yes, Trump did say that he was going to save vaping, but we haven't seen any movement on it so far. I have seen some chatter on Twitter about somebody that's having meetings with cabinet executives in the Trump administration this week. Somebody who's within the vape industry. Nick Orlando had shouted him out yesterday. And then today, this guy that I've never heard of before is supposedly meeting with Trump officials to try and get the FDA to change its regulatory process.
Yeah, that would be nice if he actually work in that.
Yeah, it would be fantastic. Do like the EU.
Yeah.
Do like the EU, where they put out a list of these are the banned ingredients, and as long as these things aren't in your vapes, you can sell them. Just register with us to let everybody know that, you know, you're the company we need to get a hold of if somebody turns your product in as being harmful. So then we know how to chase you down, and you can recall the stuff just like you do with everything else in the, you know, supply chain, food and lettuce and tomatoes and who knows what else.
Yeah. Well, tomatoes have got nicotine in, so I haven't banned them yet.
And potatoes.
They are flavors.
And
They have tomato flavors.
Yeah, most of them have.
Junk. The only actual FDA authorized product that does actually work, even though it tastes like shit, is no longer available for sale.
That is shit. That's
Makes sense.
Shit.
Well, the Senate is expected to pass the bill Thursday with little fanfare. Senator Jonathan Sickler, Republican from Grand Forks, says that the legislature will look into working with smoke shop owners after the session is over to come up with language that they can agree to and won't actually kill all their businesses. They want to be a part of the process, and they want to make sure that there's compliance done and not being sold to children. And I think we got something that we can work on and work together with the Attorney General. Maybe during the interim to look into it more. So we got a win in North Dakota.
That's interesting, yeah. That's awesome. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it'll spread out to other places as well with a bit of luck.
Yeah. Then also depends on what Trump ends up doing. What ends up coming out of these meetings that they're having with the Trump officials this week? You know, is he going to push for new language? Is he going to reverse the vape mail ban? What are they going to do? We have no idea. But this is an old article that we didn't talk about and give it as much attention as I think it deserves. Because we've got a smoke-free surge that is completely being stalled out by the feds clinging to these old habits. And it's not just the feds. The states and the cities are all looking at vaping products just like it was a freaking cigarette. And they want to lump them together. In fact, most of the time, they want to clamp down on them even more than they do cigarettes.
Yeah.
You don't hear about new cigarette bans. We're going to ban tobacco licenses. We're having a moratorium on brand new tobacco licenses because we don't want people to die from cigarette smoking. No, you don't hear about that. You only hear about it when they're talking about pouches or vapes.
Yeah, you know what the crazy thing in the Netherlands is? We're not allowed to have flavors, but you're allowed to have these little click balls you put in the filter of a cigarette. Add flavor to your cigarette. What's up with that? You know, you can have a blueberry combustion cigarette like that. Stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. You're allowed to have flavors for your actual cigarette, but you're not allowed to have flavors in a vape.
It's like they want us to have cancer.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. I mean, over here, like you say, the ban menthol, but you can still get menthol additives. I mean, and I don't think we've got actual flavored cigarettes, but we've got the flavored cigarette papers. If you want to roll your own, there's the cigarette papers are all flavored, licorice and all that shit. But there's no actual cigarette that's flavored as such yet.
Yeah, and the thing is, the FDA has actually authorized 23 Zyme products that are flavored. They have citrus, they have coffee, they have all kinds of flavors that they've authorized and given PMTA authorization to sell in this country.
That's horseshit.
So how can you have a flavor ban when your flavor ban contradicts what the FDA said is appropriate for the protection of public health? That's the reason why the federal court banned Illinois from banning vape in nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to head off here, Hunky. Been more than an hour.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you dropping in.
Going to say bye to Kenny, even if he doesn't hear me. Okay, Kenny, bye-bye. Look at the screen. Kenny.
Kenny. He's leaving. Say bye-bye.
Oh, sorry.
Have a cracking show. Everybody will hear each other again.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, man. I have work now. It's closer by to my home, so I'll be here more often earlier home. So yeah, I got the link. I can pop in.
Better than that, Ernie.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, well.
Thanks, bud.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back out. There you go, folks.
Look at the state of that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? There's fans and lights all over the shop. That's
I
a
love
new
it.
case, mate.
It's
That
gorgeous.
is my new case. Do you like that? It's not over the top.
No.
It's
not at all.
It's not OTT. It's not OTT. I thought, bloody hell. I thought Alex is going to have my life because I always scoff him for bringing lights and everything, and look at what I've ended up with.
You're fine.
For now.
So anyway, there's a link in the description of the video if you guys want to check out this article. I highly recommend it. It's definitely a good read. Smoke-free surge stalled by feds clinging to old habits. And, he's not just chest thumping here. It's legit reasons why it's bad for the governments to be clamping down on the single best way to quit smoking.
Exactly. It's
All right. Last story of the news. What do you think it could possibly be? We already heard that school got canceled because some kid mistaken a vape for a gun. Not sure how that's possible.
I'd love to have seen the mod.
What propaganda story could you possibly come up with that would be worse than that?
What can be worse? Vape misidentified as a 9mm Uzi.
A kid whose dad went out for cotton candy vape juice, secretly hoping his dad never comes back.
Holy moly. What?
Swear to God. Can you guess what state this is in?
Oh.
Which state is the worst when it comes to vaping in the United States?
California, by any chance?
Yeah. Sacramento, California.
There
A
you
local
go. There's no
13-year-old, Elliot Johnson, was reportedly crossing his fingers today, hoping his dad would never come back after heading out for cotton candy vape juice.
What the hell? That's shocking, that.
You thought it was bad last week when we talked about the continuous castigation? Wow. Casting out the people who choose to smoke? Casting out the people who choose to vape? The thumbnail from last week was a picture of two smokers inside a bud hut while it's raining. And the two vapors don't want to be in the bud hut with the cigarette smoke, so they're forced to stand outside to vape to comply with the local requirements to go to a bud hut to use nicotine.
Brian Ferguson said that's probably the worst stock photo made-up story I've ever seen. Oh, Lordy do.
I hope my dad never comes home with his cotton candy flavored e-liquid. Every Saturday, my old man makes a big deal about how he's going out for cotton candy vape juice, so loud that the neighbors can hear. And I always pray that this is the day he finally doesn't embarrass me by coming home in a cloud of unicorn farts.
What?
Slamming his bedroom door, all my friends' dads went out for smokes and abandoned them. But my dad always comes back a few hours later smelling like a rainbow clown wig, saying some weird shit like, "It's me, Darth Vapor. I am your father."
What on earth? What is the relevance of this story?
Before giving me a big hug and asking about my day. Father Jimmy Johnson revealed that the reason he leaves for so long is that it's hard to find his favorite Bussin' Labs Cotton Candy Crave vape juice at the local stores. Well, yeah, because California banned them.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to have cotton candy flavor. Now, if you went out and bought a tobacco e-liquid, they would have no problem finding that. Any store you stop at. I know 3 hours round trip is a long time to sit on my gite in my whip away from my fam each week, but there's only one shop in the county bussin' enough to carry my favorite vape juice and weekly supply of feasibles, said the 55-year-old accountant, putting on his reading glasses to check the receipt. Then it always takes me about 20 minutes to convince the liquor store guy that the buzz balls and the alcohol Monster Energy are for me and not for the teenagers that are hanging outside of his store. But it's all worth it to see the ski-bitty look on my kid's face when I finally come home from the store.
Holy shit.
Mr. Johnson's own estranged dad, Kyle Johnson, criticized his son's juvenile commitment to his family. It's high time that Jimmy stopped with his cotton candy nonsense, switched to some fucking Marlboros, and abandoned his family like a real man, said the 85-year-old, ashing his cigarette on an old family photo. When I was his age, I had already abandoned my second family and knocked up a stripper 20 years younger than me, all on a plumber's salary. How is Elliot ever going to learn to be a man if his dad is always appearing out of a fruity pebble cloud like David Copperfield when he shows up to all of his music recitals and baseball games? At press time, Elliot Johnson was reportedly mortified after his dad had signed them up for Mr. Beast's The Sex Talk Puberty Elimination Challenge.
What the fuck? What on earth what was the point? Where the hell did you fit that? Holy shit.
Oh, I'm about to piss my pants. That was ridiculous.
What the fuck? I'm like, and your point being? Jesus, Lordy, too. I'd love to know where you drum up some of this stuff from, like, because it's fucking mad.
That's how crazy the world has gotten, dude.
Tell us about it, Jesus.
And my wife says, I will never watch the beginning part of your show because you get too angry. I'm like, people's lives are in the balance here, and nobody gives two shits about it. Well, except for, Elliot Johnson, the 13-year-old who's abandoned every week while his dad resupplies on cotton candy e-liquid instead of, abandoning him to go buy a pack of cigarettes.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I love it, man. Fucking hell. Oh, dear me. Fucking hell. If me brain wasn't scrambled before I came on the show, it's certainly fucking scrambled now.
What the hell is going on in this world?
Jesus Christ. Oh, dear me. Heard it all now.
That's the shit that you used to read in The Onion, because The Onion always, made up stuff that was 100 times worse than what could actually possibly happen in the real world. Now, the real world is so messed up that, The Onion can't come up with anything that's actually worse than reality. Well, the Hard Times has found a way to do it.
My God. Oh, Lord, I've seen it all now. Why does nothing surprise us anymore? That's the thing, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Why does nothing surprise us anymore? You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen, does it? Oh,
An 82-year-old chastising his 55-year-old son for, not knocking up a stripper and abandoning his family for
a cigarette. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know where to find this shit. I really do. Honestly, God. Okay.
Listen, I usually spend all day Monday researching the news to try and find the stories for us to talk about.
Oh,
and normally I try to weed out the bullshit, but this one was so good. I'm like, I can't skip this one. I have to tell you about it. You wouldn't believe me if I told you it.
Honestly, I'm bamboozled. I'm still trying to
D's in a quiet office listening to the show on headphones. He just busts out laughing. Everybody in the room's like, what the hell is he doing?
What's about you madman? Holy moly. Can it get any worse? Shit.
Don't. People could take that as a challenge. Don't say that. Holy shit, dude. If that don't drive you to drink, nothing will. That's the sad reality of it all.
Tell us about it. Gee, me. That just threw me altogether. I've just gone onto another tangent. I'm like, what the hell?
Fuck? Up for your entertainment today. Kenny was asking if I've ever tried actual moonshine, so I'm like, well, the perfect alcohol beverage for today would be a beautiful old smoky moonshine. We have a beautiful white chocolate strawberry cream moonshine.
That looks nice. That really looks nice. Oh, that looks really nice.
18% alcohol by volume.
Look, I've got no alcohol at all this week, so I'm just getting in. So I'm on orange juice. Fuck.
There's nothing wrong with orange juice. You don't have to add vodka to that. You don't have to add peach schnapps to that. It's just orange juice.
It's just orange juice.
You don't have to put alcohol in it.
It helps.
But you can.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Wow. Cheers, sir. To your health.
Maybe. Damn, that's good.
Orange. That's orange. It's orangey. It's an orange. Oh, this could get
You
nasty.
get a white chocolate strawberry mouth-filling cream, and then it burns the whole way down to your stomach.
It's like,
warms you up from the inside out.
Ooh, very nice.
Very
nice. This is going to get dangerous, folks. It's getting dangerous. Danger. High voltage.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Bottoms up. Very nice. Hey. When it tastes nice, it's going to... yes, this could be dangerous. This could be dangerous.
Well, we'll take a look at the bottle after the show's over and see how much I drink.
Yeah, empty. Empty. Your wife comes in, you'll be like, hello. Hello.
She'll be happy. She'll come home. I'll be frisky.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what it does, yeah. I get. I know where you come from. I know your story. I've got you sussed, mate. I've got you sussed.
All right, so the question is, what are you vaping on? Bick and I already talked about ours. What do you got on your desk?
I've got my bloody bar here, which I've just like literally ran in from work with. I've still got my Hadron with me Osiris on the top. And that again has got the Apricot Delight is in there. If you can see that, the Apricot Delight is in that. I've also still got me, what's this fella called? The Mag Vape one. I've still got that one. That's on top of the SX Mini G-Cross 2. And again, that's got apricot in it. This apricot's getting... It's everywhere, this apricot. Yeah.
Dude, I'm almost out. We're going to have to do something else today or make another one or something. Yeah. Mango Sunrise is just about gone. Oh. I'm doing the same thing you did. Oh. It's what's inside the Blaze. It's what's inside the Thunderhead Creations Tauren Max. It's what's inside the Vortex 30.
Yeah, it's in everything. I'm going in everything.
It's in everything except for the Astro Maze. This is just a beautiful strawberry.
This one is it's triple mango and a peach mango, and it's currently on the triple mango flavor. So it's me worky one, like I said, in the housey one.
But I mean, this is the reason we do a flavor explosion. Every single week we do a flavor explosion. Because, see, this is perfectly fine. Nobody will ever complain about a white chocolate strawberry moonshine. But, heaven forbid you actually show somebody with a strawberry vape and, oh my God, that's a fate worse than death. This is 100% the harm. This is 4% the harm.
Where's the sense? There's no sense, is there? There's just nothing there. It's just like, why?
I could sit here and keep pouring this all day long. And nobody will bat an eyelash to it. There's no threat of demonetization if this channel was actually, like, you know, monetized fully, and this podcast, this 5-hour-long podcast was monetized. I could sit here and drink this all night long. Nobody would ever bother about it.
Nah. Not wouldn't bat an eyelid.
But you want to do a 5-hour show and have this in the show the whole time? Demonetized, age gated,
and possible strikes if you break the community guidelines.
Exactly.
Horse shit. Horse shit.
I'll tell you what, though, this is a perfect pairing with that strawberry white chocolate moonshine.
Oh, will they? Be awesome.
Can't get over how punchy that flavor is. 5 nic levels. And all it is wattage control. There's no way to, like, shut off the nic. There's a 5% solution, 23 mils in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you can see the little dial as well with your next strength. That's cool. It's cool, that, like. We need some of that over here.
And you can definitely tell the difference in the vapor production on here.
Has that other one
on a disposable
run out yet? Has that other one run out yet? That you're waiting to run out to tear apart? Is it still going? That one with like all of
Nick Buzz. 3 shots, don't feel a thing. Turn this up to a level 5 hit. 1 chuck, blow clouds, Nick Buzz.
Job done.
So what I ended up determining, because I legit took VG and PG, made a 50% solution of VG PG. I got myself a brand new syringe, and I drew up 10 mils, shoved it in here, and filled her up. Drew up another 10. I ended up putting 28 in here and realized the thing is fully filled. It wouldn't be like that when it left the factory. So I drew out 5 mils so that only the sponge was soaked. Determined that the capacity of that sponge is 23 mils of e-liquid.
Yeah. Right.
Did the same thing with the original one. And the thing is, when I put this together, I legit, because there's holes in the bottom to pass through everything, I legit took a piece of plastic that came with it and sealed it up. So there was no leakage. 23 mils of e-liquid goes into here. 16 mils of e-liquid was in the original NIC switch.
16? Jesus.
16 mils versus 23 mils. This is 70% of this. You take 50,000, multiply it by 70%, and you're going to come up with the same percentage, 70%, as you have here. The difference between 35,000 and 50,000 is 70%.
Fucking hell.
So it's legit. This is a 35,000 puff device. This is a 50,000 puff device, despite it being smaller.
That's so weird. That's so odd.
Yeah,
Because
I wouldn't have
that
expected that.
That just does not look like a 50,000 puff device. It just
But when you
doesn't.
look at the tank and you realize they ditched the ability to turn off the nicotine, and you compare straight up the e-liquid that was in here and the e-liquid that's in here, because every single one of these devices that I used, I use up the e-liquid faster than I use up the nicotine.
Right.
Whereas in here, you're only controlling 5 different levels of vaporization, 5 different wattages to power this thing. And you can't do 0 milligram in this.
Got you.
It's just how much vapor is made for your puffs.
That's so weird. So weird.
It's
And
legit.
still
They
fucking going.
weren't
And it-
bullshitting us.
It's still fucking going as well.
Well, this one's a brand new one. I just opened up when I filmed the unboxing of this
Yeah.
one. And that was a fun treat to try and rip this thing open. This one comes open a lot easier than this one does, because this one is legit cram-packed full of everything. They basically put this into the case first, and then they attach the circuit board and the battery, which is attached here. That's
Got
the other
ya.
thing that was different. I don't know what I do. I had it here earlier. The battery legit takes up this entire slot here. And then the circuit board sits over here on top of it.
So
And that
they have
fills up this
crammed
whole
that
thing.
big sponge in. So they've crammed a big sponge in it. Big style.
Yeah. Here's
Clever.
the batteries.
Very clever. Very clever.
Whereas
Very
this
clever.
battery is what powers this one, and it's down here. And they're
It's at
both
the
900
bottom.
milliamp hour batteries. I'm like, surely something doesn't make sense. But no, but everything that I discovered when I tore it apart makes total sense.
Clever. See? Clever engineering. That is clever stuff. Very clever stuff. Because
But
you just
that's
want a
as,
bigger sponge.
that's as much as they could possibly fit into that form factor.
Yeah, why?
And I was totally shocked at the fact that I got it down to 0%, and that coil still looks half decent. There's a little tiny browning right around the immediate sponge that's around it, but that's a perfectly healthy vape. Way better than these things look after a week of using it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. Weird, huh? Clever stuff. Clever stuff, man.
All right, well, now that we've seen your vapes and we've seen my vape and Bic's vape, it's time for the hand check bumper to see what was submitted on the Discord server this week. Oh my goodness. The bumper's too short. It doesn't give me a chance to open the folder and open up the picture. But here we go. Buta Squad submitted his picture. He's still chomping down that Vulture's e-liquid, a banana pudding, inside of his
Very nice.
lovely all-in-one.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very good. Awesomeness.
Darren D has a beautiful contribution here. He's bought a beautiful squonk, 2 beautiful squonks. We got the topside dual, and this looks like the Vandy Vape Pulse.
Ah, yeah, the Pulse with the dead rabbit on the top.
Yeah. Wonder if that's a V1 or a V2.
Very nice. Simple but effective. Ooh.
There's
nice.
my Arbiter, cleanly, freshly wicked up. Out for another appearance. It's been quite some time.
There you go, his old Arbiter out. He's reminiscing. He's reminiscing with his Arbiter.
Vaping, a gateway to smoking? Highly illogical. Live long and prosper.
Too right, Mr. Spock. Too right, Mr. Spock.
And here you go, William Dobson. He's got a beautiful setup going on there.
That's nice.
Look at that.
That's nice. That's got to be the Asgard on top of there because he likes his Asgards.
Sure does.
Yeah.
And William Dobson has a beautiful in honor of May the 4th be with you for Star Wars.
Holy moly.
Look at that battery rack.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I need to get me something like that because my batteries are either in the case or in the charger.
Yeah, me too.
And it really sucks because, especially like when I'm using on single devices, I know I'm not supposed to separate them. When you pair up a battery, you know, and you have it as a set, you should always keep it as a set and not run them individually in single battery devices. But I figure if I go through a discharge cycle on one battery and keep using that same set in the same device, it's going to have the same number of charge cycles and discharge cycles. They just won't be at the exact same time.
Which is true.
So
nice, though, isn't it? Very nice.
And that right there is the opening segue for us to get to the dad jokes because we've got a whole bunch of dad jokes in honor of May the 4th be with you.
Be with you. Here we go.
No more despair. I have paid more than I own. Now what you see is what I give you.
If a vapor's been robbed, which detectives are assigned to the case? Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Yo, what is a vapor's favorite fantasy film? Cloud Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Lost.
Hey man, what do you call advice from a vapor? Drip tips.
Hey, is that a mechanical mod in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me?
Hey, don't throw your mod at people or else it's battery.
Hey, why did the vapor cross the road? To chase them clouds.
And they told me vaping was cheaper than smoking.
Nope, I don't care. What are you talking about?
Did you hear about the guy who doesn't pay more than 1 cent per mil for juice?
Shut that baby up!
Yeah, we get it. You DIY or die. Gotcha.
What are you waiting for? Let's do this.
It's go time!
Ah! The hardest hitting clone ever. It's not a vape.
It's a clone. It's a clone. Ew.
How many Sith does it take to change a light bulb?
No idea.
None.
None?
We like the dark side.
Oh, God. We all like the dark side. Oh, God. Get to fact.
Hey, I heard you're gonna be a father. Yeah. Can you suggest a name? Sandy.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. Sandy.
So guys, what can I expect from my second movie? Well, in my second movie, I fought Count Dooku and got my hand chopped off. Yeah, and in mine, I fought my father and got my hand chopped off. Dear God, you don't think that's what's going to happen to me?
Hell no. No more sequels.
Our hyperdrives use hypermatter particles to hurl a ship into hyperspace while preserving the vessel's mass energy profile. Our warp drive creates a subspace bubble that envelopes the starship, distorting space-time and moving the starships at close to light velocities, faster than light velocities. Well, our faster-than-light drives expose EZ to electric currents, which creates mass effect fields and reduces the mass of the starship and lets us move at faster-than-light velocities. Yeah? Well, our jump drives use a dimensional transport effect to allow ships to instantaneously teleport from one point in space to the other. We tear a hole in reality and fly through space hell.
Exactly. Hells yeah. That's the way to do it.
For you sci-fi nerds out there.
Yeah.
Never seen it all on one meme before.
No.
But that's all true.
Very good.
5 minutes into The Mandalorian and she throws you on the bed. Are you really going to rape me in front of Baby Yoda?
Eat. Oh dear.
Didn't remove the helmet for the cast photo. This is the way that we do it.
Yeah. In full character.
I fully understand why Captain America went back into the past to be with Peggy.
Oops.
I'm starting a vibrator repair company. I'm calling it Inspector Gadget.
Oh God, Inspector Gadget. Oh dear me.
Anakin, cigarettes are lethal. From my point of view, vaping is lethal. Then you are lost.
Then you are lost. Yes, you are lost.
Trained in the Jedi arts for 800 years, I have. I was trained for more than a decade by Obi-Wan. I was trained and taught by both Obi-Wan and Yoda. Wait, you guys actually trained?
You trained? What? Where'd that come from?
What?
You what? Trained?
You have to train for this? What?
Holy shit.
Modern movies do not follow any logical concept whatsoever.
No.
Oh, why didn't you tell me about the Force lightning? Oops.
Oops. Sorry. Forgot to mention that one.
My bad. Speaking of bad.
Oh. Chewbacca. Chewie. Have you got a poop bug?
Doesn't fit the narrative? Not worth reporting.
Not worth reported. Hell no. So true.
I blame Disney for this shenanigan.
Holy shit. That's a morph of a morph in it. Ooh. Don't work.
We're going to the store. Need anything?
Yeah, guys, a bottle of liquid water there, mate.
You said what? A bottle of e-liquid? Not allowed.
Yeah. Not allowed.
Breaking news! Tesla announces new cyberbus.
That would not surprise me. Tesla. Idiot.
Little underdressed for the cinemas?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody complained.
Nope.
Drive like your kids live here. Drive like your younglings live here. This is where the fun begins.
Hell yeah.
I can't, it's too big. Said that she did. Ooh.
It's too big.
Little Yoda, big cock.
Ooh.
It's true, all of it. The dark side has cookies. They are real.
Okay.
I miss my dad. You miss everything, Vince. What? We're stormtroopers. We're supposed to miss everything. Shut the fuck up. I think you're missing the point. I hate you, Bob.
I hate you, Bob. Bob. What a name. Stormtrooper named Bob.
Hey, hypocrisy. CDC hypocrisy at its finest style. Compliments of the FDA. New at Costco's. Fruit chill. Quitting is no vacation, but it can taste like one. As long as you're using a pharmaceutical product. If you're using a product that contains no tobacco, you're fucked. We're going to ban it.
Exactly.
Oh, and you want a drink?
Ooh. Yes, please.
Strawberry white chocolate moonshine.
Ooh, Jack Daniels, peach, citrus,
cheers,
lemonade. Oh, look at all them flavors. But adults don't like flavors, do they? We don't like flavors.
Bullshit, I love that Southern peach. That's my favorite.
Yeah, we don't. We don't like flavors, do we? Adults don't like flavors. Adults just like menthol and tobacco. Bullshit.
Success has never tasted so sweet. Nicorette gum. Available on the bottom shelf at your local grocery store. Lozenges, gums, mini lozenges, take your pick. You're welcome to have any flavor you want. Pineapple, mint, strawberries, cherry, no problem. But my God, if you want to put a flavor in a vape, oh no, that's not allowed.
Nope, you can't be having that.
Compliments of Mr. Bloomberg Bucks.
Yeah.
Are you worried what's in a vapor? And are you worried about the number of ingredients? Well, in Nicorette Quick Mist, you have propylene glycol, glycerol, mint flavor, cooling flavor, levomenthol, sodium hydrogen carbonate, tromethanol, polyoxymer 407, anhydrous ethanol, sucralose, a sulfame potassium, purified water, ethanol, and hydrochloric acid.
Holy shit.
Compared to e-juice or e-liquid, which just has propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, flavoring that's optional. Unless you want a tobacco flavor, then you have to put flavoring in. Because it will not taste like tobacco without tobacco flavoring.
Exactly.
Sucralose or xylitol or stevia, or you could choose to have it unsweetened because vegetable glycerin is normally inherently a little sweet. And you can put water in if you really want to.
Optional. Total difference, isn't it? Oh dear.
Have you seen Yoda's Amish cousin, Yoder?
That's creepy.
He has no lightsaber because he refuses to accept the technology. Unless he's working. If he's working on, a contract job, then he's allowed to have his lightsaber. Star Wars toilet paper, to clean your dark side.
Oh, fuck off.
Hey. I don't like the idea of you dating a smuggler. Well, let's ask Mom what she thinks. Oh, wait. That's it. Go to your room. My room was on Alderaan. You destroyed it.
You blew it up, you cunt. Oh.
Order 66. Eat in. When you just want some KFC but ended up killing all the Jedi too.
Order 660 did. Oh no.
RVD2.
Oh.
We can traverse the countryside in RVD2.
No. No.
This suit cost me an arm and a leg. Yeah, tell me about it.
Kind of did, didn't it?
How about solo artist? You want mashups? Here's some mashups.
I thought he was cool. He was brilliant.
Let's paint the beautiful, serene hyperdrive onto the starship.
Yes.
Here we have the Death Star and the latest iteration, the Death Star Pro Max.
Oh, Pro Max. I wonder if that's where Mike Vape's got his inspiration from.
Maybe. How did my father die? Do you know the game The Floor is Lava? Well, he wasn't very good.
Obviously not.
Here's some more mashups for you. How about a lightsaber axe? You know, because somewhere in the universe there has to be a Viking Jedi.
Oh, I think that would be cool.
What?
It's a fucking holiday type.
Darth Vader's rarely photographed wife, Ella Vader.
Oh, no.
When the drugs wear off and you realize you're not a space smuggler traveling across the universe with a Wookiee, you're just a dude with a dog.
That's so fucking weird that I watched that film about a week ago. That exact film. I did. Just no shit. I watched that film. Holy
Never
moly,
thought you
that's
were going to
weird.
see them put together. When you die, people cry and, beg for you to come back. But when you do, they're all running scared and screaming. What the hell's up with that? Gonna tell my kids that this was Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Think they'll believe me?
Oh, the time will begin. Brilliant film. Oh my God. Ooh.
I am so ashamed. Karen got lost in a cornfield, a corn maze for blondes with just one corn stalk, and she somehow got lost.
I love it.
So, I am assuming that we're going to see Smudge the Cat versus Karen Reed on the next court TV case.
It's looking that way, isn't it?
Smudge the Cat is going to be charged by the Massachusetts State Attorney General for killing Karen in a cornfield with one corn stalk.
Woohoo! Thank God for that.
Fuck Netflix. Some of y'all need to start binge watching your goddamn kids, not Netflix.
Okay, that's right.
Smith! Yes, sir. I didn't see you at camouflage practice earlier. Thank you, sir.
I didn't see you. Fuck off.
You shouldn't eat meat. Don't worry, it's plant-based. That's awesome. Which plant? The meat processing plant.
The meat processing. I love it.
And I thought self-checkout at Walmart was bad. Self-checkout cemetery?
Oh, gosh. What?
I told you it was fucking hunting season, Doreen, but no. We just had to visit your sister near the lake.
Yeah, you cock.
Vegan says, the chicken you're eating had a family. Well, that's why I ordered the family bucket, so no one got left behind.
I love it.
You know, our generation was expected to climb a 30-foot rope in the middle of the gym, with a life-saving 2-inch thick mat below us to save us in case we actually fell.
That's not so true. You think if you fall, is that it? Is that what you're going to land on?
Kids nowadays, including myself, wouldn't be able to climb 2 inches up that rope, let alone 30 feet.
I couldn't hold me fat ass 2 foot off the deck, me. Like, no way.
I called my job from jail, you know, to tell them that I can't make it, and they fucking bailed me out and made me come to work anyway.
Bastards. What a shame.
The existence of the meatball sub also implies that there is also exists a meatball dom.
Oh, that's wrong. No, that's so wrong.
Go ahead and ghost me. I know of paranormal activity. That's you, in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turd
Ooh,
burglar.
turd burglar.
That guy just stole all of your shit.
Oh, yeah. He did.
And then sent you a bill.
Why?
You wake up in the middle of the night and you see this. What are you going to do?
Fuck that, run.
Breathe a sigh of relief knowing that I'm not going to have to go to work tomorrow.
You're not going to go to work ever again after you fucking bump into that.
You're not being paid to be sarcastic at work. Well, if I was, I could afford to retire by next week.
So true. That's so true and all.
My wife and I got stuck in an elevator, and when we got home, we told the story to our kids. They just looked at us and said, "So? Did you get out?" My wife and I looked at each other and made a pact to go ahead and start drinking. Drink all of their college fund because it's a totally wasted venture.
Exactly. So did you get out? I'm standing in front of you.
Was driving with my dad the other day, and he told me to get the map out of the glove box. Easy there, Indiana Jones. I'm just going to Google it for you, all right?
Indiana Jones. People don't use maps anymore.
Crying shame, ain't it? Think of all the trees that we saved by not having to print maps.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll get some food at that campfire. What's the worst thing that could happen? Well, 10,000 years later, here's proof of what happened.
Exactly. Ruin your dogs.
What, we skip one? No? That was weird. Where's my boyfriend? Sleeping with that girl from the other meme? I bet he's thinking about other women. I hope that cat keeps his fucking mouth shut.
Nope, not happening.
Fortunately, Karen can't remember shit from week to week because we had the same joke last week.
Yeah.
Men, what's stopping you from dressing like the 80s horror movie hunks? Have you seen me? I'm fat. You really want to see me dressed like an 80s horror movie hunk? With my beer belly hanging out? That ain't beer?
Oh, no. Hell no.
I'm at the age where my mind firmly believes I'm 29. My humor suggests I might be 12 at best, and my body positively died during the Civil War.
So true, that. I can't relate to that, without a doubt.
Thank God for all the preservatives they put in our food supply.
Oh, God, Whoa.
It's got a wooden frame, a wooden engine, wooden wheels, and wooden gas tank. Did he ride it? Nah, wouldn't start.
Fuck.
Sean Penn looks like all Three Stooges put together.
Holy shit. He hasn't aged well, has he? Fucking hell. Jesus.
20 years ago, we had Johnny Cash, Bob Hope, and Steve Jobs. Now we have no Cash, no Hope, and no Jobs. Please, don't let Kevin Bacon die. Oh, wait a minute. He did. We're fucked.
He did.
Now we have no bacon.
Oh, shit.
Cinnamon bun, $1. Not actual size. Well, no shit, motherfucker. Why did you really have to put that on that sign?
Not actual size. Fuck.
That's what class action lawsuits have gotten us in society. Ban them. Here's the beautiful latest rendition of the Nintendo Switch. Yo, I got the Nintendo Switch.
Fucking light switch, for fuck's sake.
What'd your mama have to do for her to afford a Nintendo Switch? Nothing. She just turned around and took a picture of her feet and put it on the internet. Somebody paid her to see it. When I die, I want to crink on the side of the gasket that plays the Jack in the Box song. You know, just to see who's got the guts to turn it.
Ding! That would be fun.
Deja vu. The feeling you've heard this crap before. Yeah?
Deja vu. I like that. Yeah.
This is a value for value podcast. Everything that you see on here is contributed by our own viewership. You don't like it? Join a Discord server and drop your own list of memes and dad jokes. Because I'm still trying to figure out how the hell my grandpa pulled this shit off on his old boob tube.
Get the fuck. Nah, impossible. Impossible. Nope.
Not impossible. You just need an older Roku with analog output.
But off a granny? Would a granny figure that out?
You know what? Granny was, and all of our grandparents and all our forefathers were never fat, right? Because back in the day, if you wanted to change a channel, you had to get your fat ass up off of the sofa and walk to the fucking TV to change a channel.
Or use your kids as a remote. While you're up there.
Exactly. The reason why we have population collapse is because of remote controls.
Yeah. I hated that.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Oh.
This is how vegans think that animals die in the wild.
I think not, like.
Aww.
I think not. It would be nice, but I think not. Oh, yeah.
Your little Chuck Norris memes are cute, but, you know, this guy made it from New York City to Chicago on a holiday weekend with no money, babysat Kevin McAllister and Iceman's wife, saved the galaxy from Rick Moranis, and brought a bobsled team to Jamaica to win the Olympic medal.
Brilliant. Brilliant films. Absolutely classics.
Coffee, you know, because sarcasm needs to stay hydrated and lubricated well.
Oh, that's why you like coffee then. Oh dear.
Is there a scenario where this works? Ever?
Hell no. No.
You
Not
thought
the
the latch with the Sharpie was bad. Do you want to poop alone or poop with friends?
No.
You know what this really is, right? This is a female porta potty. Because the women always go to the bathroom together.
Possibly. That could be right. You could be right there.
Six-pack kid, hello and welcome.
Hello, Six-pack.
He just woke up to the poop with friends porta potty. Your day's going well. It can only go up from here.
That sounds a bit like deja vu.
Yeah. So it's no shock that, you know, that when the cashier told me that stripped down facing me, I think she meant the debit card. But, you know, I gave her a show anyway.
Why not? Why not?
The 80s. Many memories. No evidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
Except for the Polaroids. We all have Polaroids at home somewhere.
Yeah. Or the vintage camcorder, one of the two.
And because we have Polaroids somewhere and we're not living in the analog world anymore, there's actually laws that prevent you from showing those Polaroids to friends. You can go to jail for that.
Surprise on that one.
Hey man, this guy found himself an empty airplane and then took a picture in every single seat and photoshopped it all together. Because, you know, that's what Photoshop was made for.
That's mint. That is class. Very clever as well.
Now,
like
is that the actual truth, or is that just the propaganda because they don't want us to know that the Clone Wars are real?
Oh, God. God help with them's all clones. Wouldn't that good?
I wonder how fed up a mofo had to be to invent deodorant. Not as fed up as the dude that invented Summer's Eve, douche.
Shit. Oh.
Alexa, intruder alert, release the Roomba.
That's a chainsaw, one of them movers. You might not have much furniture left, like, but hell, it'll be fun.
What a similar day having we are.
Both stuck in a bloody tunnel. Die hard, brilliant film.
Canadian style. May the 4th be with you. Right before the hockey game. Jango Fett, bounty hunter. Boba Fett, bounty hunter. Ed Fett, accounting.
Get the fuck.
R2 Beer 2. Sign me up.
I could have that. Yeah, I would go with that. Definitely.
Go with that?
Holy moly.
You want to see the trade routes of the galaxy?
Holy shit.
Sorry, that's the only map we got this week. We do have Vader Creator, though.
That is cool.
Long haul trucker.
I do like that. That is cool.
You know the only thing that sucks about that, right? It's a self-driving truck.
Oh, that's not good.
Somebody threw Yoda through a window.
Fucking hell.
That's a better picture than Bigfoot.
Did you sure? Bigfoot.
Wife stabs husband with squirrel. The dark side of the Force is the pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Stabbed a husband with a squirrel. What the fuck?
Good thing Pam's not here.
Oh, God, oh.
Hello, Master. Hey, Snips. Been a long time. Who's that with you? Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, yeah.
How dare you put Darth Vader in those 3 bums? Which of these villains has the most aura? Up their bumhole. When you flip a stormtrooper's helmet upside down, they do look a little less intimidating. What do you say?
I've never noticed that. I've never noticed it. That's cool.
That's because the stormtrooper's never been on this show to get flipped upside down.
That's so cool.
You know, this is the most vulgar character of all history on TV or movie or anything. They bleeped out every single word the motherfucker said.
Yeah, beep, 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 beep.
Astronomers find Tatooine planet orbiting 2 stars.
Heavy mechanical breathing.
Luke, this man slashed up your father and left him burned to death. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Nobody understands you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Beep, boop, 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 boop. The most comfortable hunk of junk in the galaxy.
That's cool. If you're into that shit, that is cool. That is brilliant.
It's not the Millennium Falcon. It's the Millennium Sofa.
Sofa. It's cool, though. Definitely cool.
In Return of the Jedi, how could the Ewoks have a dress that fit like Leia? Unless they cooked and ate the women her size.
Her size.
Cooked.
Yeah. Cooked.
And ate the women in her size. Friday is the path to the dark side. Saturday leads to Sunday. Sunday leads to Monday. Monday leads to suffering.
Oh, that's so true. Without a doubt.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely no state in the United States requires a dog to have a carry permit.
Really? That's a
Job
good
done.
one for you.
Next.
I like it. Oh, there's a phone fact.
Imagine if I was your president. We could clear out all the shit. You think it's bad now, Trump clearing everything out? Good thing you never voted me in for president.
Oh, we'll be doomed.
Oops! Wrong folder. Sorry.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
This is not a Star Wars movie. Leah. Meanwhile, in the world of reality, you can get on Facebook, and today you could have the opportunity to buy 2, get 1 free pack of Manchester Smokes.
Wow.
With links. Fully monetized promotion on Facebook. But heaven forbid you want to, show somebody your new vape. You're going to Facebook jail for that.
Such horseshit, man. Double standards.
The fact that a spaceship only populated by droids has all the light bulbs glowing in the portholes proves the bad old droids are afraid of the dark.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Droids, but they need lights on.
Logic. The downfall of every single propaganda campaign ever created. Logic.
Right. Logic.
Thought for today. Why bother wearing camouflage, on the forest moon of Endor when you're going to take a huge gold shiny droid with you?
Kind of defeats the object, doesn't it?
Logic.
Logic.
Okay, sorry. Here we go. Sad news from Minnesota. Are you ready for this? The Pillsbury Doughboy died yesterday of a yeast infection and trauma complications from repeated pokes to the belly. He was just a prime young 75 years of age. Doughboy was buried in a lightly greased coffin. Dozens of celebrities turned out to pay their respects, including Mrs. Butterworth, Hungry Jack, the California Raisins, Betty Crocker, the Hostess Twinkies, and Captain Crunch. The gravesite was piled high with many flowers. Aunt Jemima delivered the eulogy and lovingly described Doughboy as a man who never knew how much he was needed.
Oh, God.
Born and bred in Minnesota, Doughboy rose quickly in show business, but his later life was filled with turnovers. He was not considered a very smart cookie, wasted much of his dough on half-baked schemes. Despite being a little flaky at times, he still was a crusty old man and was considered a positive role model for millions. Doughboy is survived by his wife, Play-Doh, 3 children, John Doe, Jane Doe, and Dosey Doe. Plus, they had one in the oven. He's also survived by his elderly father, Pop-Tart. The funeral was held 3:50 for 20 minutes. If you smiled while reading this, please subscribe to this channel and submit dad jokes on the Discord server to do one better than this one.
Clever literature, sir. Very clever.
If I had a nickel for every time the Pope dies on the eve of episode 3's theatrical release, I'd have exactly 2 nickels. but not much funny because it's already happened twice.
Hi, it's weird.
How Wisconsin are ya? Give yourself a point for each thing that you done. And if you ain't living in Wisconsin, you can still do the contest. Ready? Been to a Friday fish fry. Visited Lambeau Field. Ate a Culliver's butter burger. Pumped gas at a Quick Trip. Boiled brats and beer. Swam in the Dells. Know what the cannibal sandwich is. Drank a spotted cow. How you drink a spotted cow? Holy cow. Eating squeaky cheese turds. Cheese turds are squeaky? Went on vacation up north. Went to Summerfest. Tailgated at a stadium. Went to a supper club. Ate Door County cherries. Own glaze orange or camo clothing. Rode a Harley. Been to a state fair. Own a snowblower. Drank from a bubbler. Wear shorts in winter. Ate a Kringle. Know how to polka. Wore a snowsuit in October. Wear green and gold on Sundays. Switched from heat to AC in the same week or the same day. Bets. Place bets on racing sausages. Can you say Akonomawako?
What the fuck?
Pronounce bag as bag. Bag.
Bag.
Use Opie as an analogy. You assume a bad driver is from Illinois. Mallory's like, I've done all them. The things true Star Wars fans actually want on their face.
Nope. Nope. Better.
When your local farmer is also a Star Wars fan?
Holy shit. That's cool.
Not as cool as this, dude. I ain't never had one of them, but I would love to have had one of them.
Twin cassette fucking player. Cool.
A Sony twin cassette portable player.
I had one, but it was a single cassette, I'm afraid to say.
Breaking news! Green Bay officially outdrinks the other state in one weekend.
Holy moly.
There will never be anything cooler than Han Solo breaking into the literal Death Star, stealing some dude's armor, and then kicking his feet up like he owns the fucking place.
Legend. True.
Uh-oh. Yes, the glass is cracked, but it's still strong enough to withstand the strength of our bears. 2 inches thick and several hundred pounds. This glass is made of several layers and is designed to splinter, not shatter. We will be replacing it soon, however. Thank you for trusting us, the Oakland Zoo.
Fuck that. Crack window, get well away from it.
An evil, ruthless individual who wants to rule the universe. Meanwhile, the other one is just Darth Vader.
Yeah, that just sums it up.
Fucking pussy. Better than cock seasoning.
Whatever rocks your boat. Finger licking chicken.
Well, I got pulled over by the police around 2 a.m. and the officer asked, "Where are you headed at this hour?" I said, "I'm on my way to a lecture about the effects of alcohol abuse, smoking, and staying out late." He looked surprised and asked, "Oh, really? Who's giving a lecture at this time of night?" "Just my wife."
Oh, God. Such a true statement, though, isn't it?
How you boys plan on cooking them eggs? Well, you ain't allowed to poach here.
No poaching. Fried.
Fried like Battlestar Galactica. Aired from September 17th, 1978 to April 29th, 1979. I still say it was one of the best futuristic shows on TV.
I remember watching that Battlestar Galactica. Awesome. Awesome.
By your command.
Yeah.
Not by your command, by your chicken.
Oh dear, what's going on there?
Place? I would like to solve. Can you solve?
Nope.
Me neither. Fortunately, I'd like to wish happy birthday to Willie Nelson. April 29th, 1933 in Abbott, Texas. That motherfucker smoked more weed than anybody on the planet.
Holy moly.
And never got busted for it. He did have to pay federal taxes on shit that he bought that he wasn't supposed to have, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
So may the 4th be with you.
Hell yeah.
And since now it's the 6th, well, I guess you're going to have to go down on it.
Ooh.
Yay or nay, dude? Was this your fantasy computer setup back in the day?
Oh, God, yeah. That's awesome. Don't know about all the keyboards, but yeah, that's awesome.
Well, back in the day, they didn't have a program you could move your mouse and keyboard from multiple computers.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have networking back in the day.
Yeah, you had to have one for each machine, didn't you?
But eventually, we had LAN parties and technology evolved to the modern day internet. And now here we are on opposite sides of the planet talking live to a bunch of people all over the planet.
Yeah. Great, isn't it?
Found an old picture of me. You like it?
That is you, that to the friggin' T. Jesus. You were born in a coffee cup.
Why in Star Wars does every planet have the same oxygen level?
Yeah.
Not logical.
Not logical.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
The Phantom Menace. So Amadilla is a queen who was voted into office? Doesn't George Lucas know how monarchies work? Elective monarchies are historically very common. Many hereditary monarchies were originally elective, and a few still exist today.
Really?
The Jedi, the pilot, the hot one. The Jedi, the pilot, the hot one. The Jedi, the pilot, the hot one.
That's the hot one. Extremely hot. Fried chicken balls.
Go to hell naked.
Yeah.
When your underwear gets between your butt cheeks, sir, they've gone up the ventilation shaft. I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Love it.
Quits for 8 years because he had bad knees and was sad. Meanwhile, this motherfucker had no arms, no legs, still kicked ass through all 3 movies.
Oh, he was a badass motherfucker.
Explain a film plot badly. Will father reunites with his long-lost son and wants him to take over the family business.
Okay. Come to me, boy.
Can you do better?
Nope.
Father takes the moral high ground. Grounds his son.
Exactly.
Priest kidnaps child for cult and eventually marriage to political twice his age. Politician twice his age.
God. Oh, God. I wonder how many times that happens in the world, eh?
Boy runs away from home and joins a gang that gets beat up by girl who collects trash. In a universe where hover vehicles are clearly the best option for travel on desert terrain, why the fuck is the military going around on giant iguanas?
That's a kind of logic, isn't it? Makes you think. Makes you wonder.
My parents warned me about pills and beer, but not classic cars and brunettes.
Yeah, never did they? Must be safe.
You don't want to sell me death sticks? You want to vape and rethink your life.
Yeah, true.
That's not the tobacco product you were looking for.
Nope.
Oxygen.
What the fuck?
Helium.
Swap it over. Imagine Darth Vader on helium. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Hey, man. Only $1,000 an hour. Chewie will come and snow plow you out.
Sure as shit.
Or plow your wife. Much cheaper rate.
What is the other? Yeah.
Why didn't you show this to us earlier? Where to shoot rebels. In the head, in the chest, in the torso. Strong people don't put others down. They lift them up. Darth Vader, philanthropist.
He certainly did in that film.
I'm sure he's related to Bloomberg somehow.
Or possibly.
DNA test pending.
Pending.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. What do you think?
Oh, no.
New futuristic TV series.
That's Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Engage! Warp drive. Factor 9.9. No?
Doesn't work.
Not funny, Q. Not funny.
He stuck him in the Star Wars. I get that.
People! The sexiest man alive is Baby Yoda. Or the mandolin. Take your pick.
The man. Nah. No, none of them do it for me on that side.
You know, you might be cool, but you ain't never so cool that every time you walk into a room, an epic song plays.
Yep. Here he comes.
What the
oh, dear.
UFOs are real?
No.
That's
no.
photoshopped.
Definitely.
When you fart in a crowded room and say, "Do I smell popcorn?" So, everyone will get an equal share of the opportunity befalling them.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, you ignorant fuck!
Dirty bastard!
My vape was on that Death Star.
Oh, I feel for him. I do feel for him.
Feel for cocaine Ewok?
Cocaine Ewok.
You ain't never seen cocaine bears, have ya? Don't worry, I chose not to watch it too. The Empire Strikes Back. X-rated Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Live show. Yay or nay?
Fucking yay, man.
Hey, this heat is killing me. I'm putting in a transfer request. Oh, crap. Why did we fuck up so bad?
Bad shit.
Warning, this toy is a choking hazard. Not banned. Not banned. Just like, this is what we grew up watching on TV. Can anybody name the show?
I don't recognize it. I do not recognize it at all. Medical show, I take it.
Yup. That would be from the NBC successful series called Emergency.
Emergency.
With Johnny and Roy and Squad 51 and Engine 51, Dr. Brackett, and this lovely lady.
Emergency. Never seen that one, Mary.
Missed out. That's why I became a paramedic. I watched that show during the youngin' years.
Yeah, with your cigarette and your
How
coffee.
about this show? You remember this show?
I do. That's Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams.
Watched that one in my childhood. Ben, one of the bear was Ben.
Speaking of during your childhood, you know, before the internet, these people would take your order, write down an address, and deliver a hot, piping hot fucking pizza made to perfection at your home in less than